The Galactic Council chamber drifted in the vast darkness of space, a colossal station forged from crystallized starlight and quantum-locked alloys. Inside its immense hall, delegates from 847 species gathered for their routine assembly. Some breathed oxygen, others methane, some had scales, while others existed as liquid forms held within energy fields. Yet all of them shared one silent understanding: they never spoke about Sector 7739. Ambassador Krelix of the Vraxian Empire stood before the council for the first time. His deep purple scales reflected the chamber's shifting lights, and his 4 eyes burned with ambition. The Vraxians were newcomers, joining only 10 cycles ago after conquering 40 star systems in just 2 decades. They were warriors, fearless and proud. Honored Council, Krelix began, his voice echoing through translation fields, there is something troubling my people. We have studied star charts, reviewed territorial claims, and found something unusual. Matriarch Valera, the ancient silicon-based leader, subtly shifted her crystalline form. She already knew what was coming. Every new species eventually asked. There is a region, Krelix continued, projecting a holographic map, completely unclaimed. No routes pass through it. No species controls it. We call it Sector 7739. Why is it ignored? A deep silence fell. Elder species looked away. Younger ones leaned forward. Finally, a voice answered softly, that sector is not empty, it is occupied. Occupied? By whom? Krelix demanded. A quiet voice replied, by humans. The word lingered like a shadow. Some species recoiled, others activated privacy shields. Krelix frowned. Humans. I've never heard of them. Are they powerful? Do they command great fleets? They have both, and worse, an older ambassador whispered. Krelix laughed harshly. Then why are they not part of this council? Why avoid them? The Vraxian Empire fears nothing. Belshara moved closer, her presence carrying a strange sadness. 800 years ago, humanity reached the stars. They were young, aggressive, and their technology was crude but effective. We welcomed them, invited them to join us. And? Krelix pressed. They refused to disarm. The chamber grew tense. All council species follow rules, Belshara continued. We limit weapons. We avoid planetary destruction. We fight with restraint. Humans rejected this. They said any species that limits itself will eventually fall to one that does not. So you force them? Krelix asked. 40 species tried, she replied quietly. The war lasted 7 years. 3 species were erased. 5 lost half their populations. Humanity never surrendered. Krelix's confidence faltered slightly. In the end, Valera added, we begged for peace. The Treaty of Titan's moon was signed. Humans isolated themselves, and we agreed never to enter their space, or speak of them again. Weeks later, Krelix stood on the bridge of the warship Dominion's Fist. Behind him, nearly 200 Vraxian warships formed a perfect formation, the largest fleet assembled in decades. The council failed to decide, Krelix declared. That means we act. Captain Issa hesitated. This violates the treaty. We are not invading, Krelix replied. We are simply visiting. The fleet moved towards Sector 7739, passing ancient warning beacons broadcasting in dead languages, go no further. Death awaits. Krelix laughed them off. They crossed the border, and found nothing. No defenses. No ships. No signs of life. 15 light years in, still nothing. Perhaps they're extinct, an officer suggested. Then we claim this territory, Krelix said. Finally, they discovered a system, a yellow star with 9 planets. Around the 3rd planet were massive stations and clear signs of life. Approximately 12 billion inhabitants, sensors reported. Krelix smirked. Smaller than us. He ordered the fleet into orbit. Before they could transmit, a single human ship appeared, small, angular, and armed. A communication opened. A calm human woman appeared. I am Captain Sarah Chen, she said coldly. You have violated the treaty. Leave immediately. You have 60 minutes. Krelix laughed. You threaten me with one ship? Her expression didn't change. 59 minutes. Something about her tone made even Captain Issa uneasy.